I sure hope there weren't any mistakes in that episode, but we'll find out when my mom, Mrs. Monica, comes in and tells us what was wrong.
It's the last day of school.
Oh my gosh. Did you wake up with a spring in your step?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I woke up like it was the last day of school, and I was like, maybe I'll wear a wacky outfit. Sometimes you wear a wacky outfit on the last day of school. Like you wear pajamas to school.
Yes.
I thought about wearing my pajamas, but then I thought, no, I'm going to probably go get lunch after I'm going to be free after. And I don't think I should wear pajamas to wherever I go. What if I go to Sunset
afterwards.
Tower?
And you don't want, well, also cool.
It could be.
You know
cool.
that broad, she wears pajamas, like she's eccentric. This is what people would say. Yeah, you like always wear pajamas to Sunset Tower.
I have an update for people. The hotel canceled my reservation.
They did?
Yes.
How did it all shake out?
I have to double check to make sure that the credit card charges removed, but they did cancel it.
Okay,
and I
good.
am very, very, very appreciative.
Yeah.
I feel that I can return
as
to
a
Rosewood as I like.
happy guest.
As a very happy guest.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. I feel guilty because I have a sense the show might be connected to that.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially it got back.
Yeah, and you don't want to wield your powers selfishly.
I do want to, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair for other people.
Well, this is the age-old debate.
Yeah.
It's this is like canceling prom because some people didn't get invited. It's like
that just hurt.
One person got refunded is better than no people got refunded.
I agree.
Right?
I also think maybe this is just a twisted way for me to feel good about it.
Yeah.
But I do think when things like this happen, sometimes it's a lesson for whoever is on the other side of this. Because you don't know who anyone is, who you're fucking with. You don't know who they will be. You don't know anything about them.
Right.
So you should just always treat people as if they have a podcast.
Yes. So I too woke up with that excitement, but also so many things to do to leave in the bus.
People don't even know what's going on. So
we're going on our summer.
We have a summer kind of break.
I'm going in the bus up to Idaho.
Yeah.
And so there's a ton of packing that goes on in the bus. And I've been completely not involved because we've been working so much.
Yeah.
So today we finish, and now I do all the bus loading that the family's been doing for 2 weeks. I'll do in a few hours because now I've decided I'm definitely leaving tonight.
Cool.
I'm very, very excited about being behind the wheel of the bus. I mean, I just can't wait. Especially, my favorite thing about the bus is I'm completely unaccountable, and I love it.
What do you mean?
I'm driving a bus, so it's like I can't respond to an email. I can't respond to a text. I can't be asked to do anything because I can't do more than just drive the bus.
Yeah.
And my mental disposition is such that I need that kind of an excuse to really feel totally free. I just go like, oh, this is all I'm doing. Looking at scenery go by. What'd you do last night?
I did watch a little more last night of my sexy show.
Okay.
Now, my friend who told me about this sexy show, who I wasn't outing, said I could out her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
She wants to be known as the curator of sexy shows.
Yes, Kate Mara.
Kate Mara, yeah.
Kate taught me about this sexy show, and we've been discussing it a lot.
Taught me. What kind of discussions do you have?
Mainly like, I don't like doing this because I don't want to be negative. But I mainly we send voice notes, and I mainly say, this show is bad, but I like it. Like, I want to keep watching it. It's kind of messing with my identity because I don't consider myself someone who hate watches things.
Right.
I guess I understand it, but it's not my MO.
Yeah. I've only had a couple of those.
You had a couple?
There's a movie that we hate so much that we committed to watching it once a year. We haven't upheld that commitment, but we did watch it many, many times. And it's on a certain day of the year we're supposed to watch it.
You did that?
Yeah. So I have one. And then, of course, The Room you're watching in on the joke.
Yeah. But even that, like, I'm not someone who can keep going back to that. Like, fun for one time.
Right.
But that's good because there's too many good things to watch that I haven't watched.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Even though no one is redeemable. Like, I don't like either of the two main characters.
Do they have sex once an episode? Is it like a procedural in that you're going to get a shootout in a cop show? Like
every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes?
I mean, there's multiple couples. So there's multiple sex scenes.
Wow. Do you have a favorite couple?
Well, in season 2, what I just started, there's a professor storyline.
Oh,
made for me. And he is hot and he has an accent. He kind of looks like a foreign Bradley Cooper. He could be Bradley's foreign cousin.
His foreign doppelganger?
Yeah.
From what country?
Easter egg. I'm not good at that.
Okay. Not England, no.
I think so.
Oh, you're not even good. You can't even say if it's an English accent?
For some reason, I think they're French based off of like maybe one of the episodes I was half watching, but he sounds English.
Oh.
So I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's a professor.
Absolutely doesn't matter.
He speaks the original language.
He's a Welsh actor.
Welsh.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Sure. Great Britain.
It reminded me, I don't know if I should say this.
Okay.
I guess today it's like pants off, you know? We're saying everything.
Last day of school.
Because it's last day of school.
Yeah, you got to tell your crush you like them, your best friend, you love them.
Okay. It reminded me that this crazy thing happened in college. There was a professor. There were two professors, a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Sounds like the beginning of a riddle.
Yeah.
And they were new the year that my freshman year. They came in to the theater department. One was an acting teacher and one was also in the theater department, but I don't know.
In what capacity?
Exactly. I forget. Like he taught something else. I had all my classes with the woman because I was an actor. And we also had a grad program that had, like 10 or 12, whatever, MFA students. They were young, obviously. To me, they were old.
Yes.
But in the middle of the year, one of the MFA students had an affair with the male professor. And the female professor found out.
Oh.
And they're all, like, she's in her class.
Yeah.
It was so dramatic. And I might be making this part up. I don't think I am. I think I knew.
Before it came out. Because you saw secret stuff happening between them?
I had an in with one of the MFA students. She knew.
Okay.
Because she was friends with the girl.
Yes.
And she told us.
What's your ethical position? Let's say this is a grad student.
Yeah.
So let's say this is a 23-year-old lady.
Right.
Or 22-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And let's say the visiting professor was 30.
Right.
What are your ethics on this?
You mean like morally age-wise?
Well, just the whole situation.
I mean, age-wise is not as much
immaterial?
of an issue. Yes. The issue is
position of
power breach.
Yeah.
Mixed with he's married and has children.
I didn't know that part.
Oh, they're married. Sorry.
The two teachers?
Yes. Oh, that was a huge...
No. I thought it was just like a new professor.
No, the two teachers were married. They came in together and they had two children.
Then the people that heard me say, what's the morals of this, think I'm insane. No, of course, this is problematic.
They were married.
Okay.
And then he had an affair with one of the MFA students. And then this MFA student is in class with the wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hard to get an A in that.
Hard to get an A. And then there was like, I feel like there was like a rumor that like the teacher had a gun. I mean, I feel nervous talking about this because these are still people.
And your details are like, you're not super certain on it. Like, I think you just said one of the teachers had a gun. Is that what you were about to say?
Yes.
I mean, that sounds...
Listen, that was there was like a gun in her car. Oh. Like she started going, obviously, the female professor started going a little crazy because of this.
Yes.
Understandably.
Yeah.
Look, it was complicated. The MFA student, people are going to be mad at me for saying this, was wonderful. Like she was such a nice person. She was so
you don't have
lovely.
to be mean to have an affair.
Yeah, but people think that. And also like, okay, how do I say this? He was hot.
That's another one of your faces I'd be able to say if there were flashcards and it just had pictures of your face.
Yeah.
And I could say what was going on.
Yeah.
The face you just showed would be like, she's figuring out which details she's going to let out in this next sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You were like running through. Okay.
Because I'm trying to.
So he was hot.
He was hot, the professor. The woman, I felt like he was taking advantage of her.
Of the student or the wife? Or both?
Well, I guess both.
Yeah.
But the student, I know in my heart, she felt so like this hot person likes me. And that's hard to resist. Anyway, it's kind of all heartbreaking. But it was dramatic and it was fun.
Sure. Yeah, drama's fun.
In the drama department of all places.
Yes, gossip's fun. We're kind of hardwired to like it.
And me and my friend who knew about it were really like, keeping it was such an interesting thing to sort of follow.
Yeah, that's another weird thing we enjoy. Unfortunately, is like if we are in on a secret, most people aren't. We all like that.
Why do we like that?
I know, because I guess you're on the inside circle of something. Like maybe there's status somehow attached to it.
Or trust. You feel trusted.
Yeah. Trusted brand.
Very trusted brand. We were trusted. We didn't tell anyone, except now I'm telling a lot of people.
Right. But that was many years ago and everything was probably... How did it end?
You tell me.
You don't know. The student stayed and got her master's. That you think they got a divorce during that semester?
Yeah, it was my senior year. This all happened.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened after that. My guess is they got a divorce. And she shot him.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, and that's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Okay, pivoting.
Yes.
I saw something funny. I mean, not that I want to give him any attention.
Yeah.
But I did see. I meant to save it, but I didn't. Fuck. It was a video of Trump talking about his very rich friend who's on the fat shot. Have you seen this?
Oh, I've sent that meme to people because it's got a quote from him. Yeah, he's like his friend who's super rich, but he says really 3 terrible things about his friend. Like most of his employees hate him. He's on that fat drug.
He keeps calling it the fat shot.
The fat shot. And it's working for him. But he says like 3 negative things about his friend.
Let's see if I can find it.
If you had a friend that described you that way.
Oh.
Trying to explain the weight loss drug disparity because that one's just so obvious. And in a way that only Trump can. Take a listen to Sot 1.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him.
Top guy.
A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman. Seriously overweight.
Seriously overweight.
And he takes the fat shot drug.
He takes the fat shot.
And he called me up and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President. So that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy. Can I ask you a question? What? I'm in London and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said,
I said it's not working.
I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
By the way, can you imagine if you were friends with the president? Like I have these ethical dilemmas. I have access to people and I would never, we interviewed Mayor Garcetti. And when we left, he said, here's my phone number. Of course, I would never, ever reach out to our mayor with any personal problem.
Of course.
At all. And the notion that I'd be friends with the president and I got to get the president on the phone. I'm in England right now and I just spent $88 on my medication and I spent $1,300.
Yep.
Like bringing that small personal grievance to the president's attention.
Well, this is a very rough guy.
He's a rough guy.
And
he's a
severely
neurotic,
overweight.
severely
or
overweight.
whatever he said.
Seriously overweight.
I was happy I was able to laugh because I did spend a lot of time yesterday being very angry.
Okay.
At the current state
administration.
Of this administration. I probably will have to cut this because I don't want to put anyone in danger. But I was very upset yesterday based on some information I got about the current situation here with deportations. But then I was able to laugh at he's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's so ridiculous. My mom, I texted my parents about this update.
Yeah.
And, there was a whole flurry back and forth. And my mom referred to Trump as DT.
Oh, that's what she calls him?
I guess. That's the first time I've seen that.
She has a nickname.
And I got stressed out.
You didn't like that. What would you want her to call him? Just Trump?
Yeah, like
What
Rex.
about Maria, the orange president? If she said that, would that be?
That's also fine.
Okay.
But I prefer Trump because DT feels too like, this is YouTube.
Inside.
She's too YouTube-y.
Yeah, she's YouTube generation.
And then my dad responded by also calling him DT as a joke.
I guess they're doing it as a family.
His was a joke.
Okay.
It's so weird. God, role reversals. Like, it's so weird, my mom being on YouTube like this.
Yes, and you thinking she's on it too much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I need to police her screen time.
Yes. And you do.
I do. It doesn't work because I don't have power.
I had to have a very serious sit down with my mom about her news consumption. To her credit, because I also am of the opinion your parents are never going to change. It's always a waste of every syllable.
I know.
And it's just tension you don't need.
Yeah.
But with this said, my mother was in a state that I felt warranted for me to offer this unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Anyway, she took it, and she has like cut her news consumption by like 90%.
That's
She's
good.
so much happier. It's crazy.
I know.
There are I've seen these studies pop up where it's like they have the empirical data that consuming more news is worse for your mental health.
Oh,
like
of
it's
course.
directly, yeah.
Of course. But it is interesting. We've had a few people on who've referenced older people on YouTube. And it's been like a clicking with me that this is a thing. They're all on YouTube.
I bet the growth is exploding because they're retiring. Yeah. Your mom just retired.
Yeah.
They have time and they have this phone in their hand and now they're figuring it out. And good for them. Old dogs, new tricks.
iPad.
I think what's interesting is people are really in the micro details of everything that happens in this country. Like you hear about something at any convenience store at any state. Now, I'm following Iran, Israel really closely. I read everything I can about it that comes out, trying to figure out like what is the overarching game plan.
Yeah.
And I'm finding my friends are largely not interested in that.
Yeah.
And I'm a little, I guess, judgmental. I'm like,
oh, no.
This one has real end life on planet Earth repercussions.
Things affect people differently. I think it's okay to
I'm following
your
accounts
battles.
that like they're on their 11th post about what's going to happen to the prices of gas in California.
Yeah.
And granted, we have way too much fucking tax on our gas here. It's insane. It's going to go to $8. And it only punishes poor people. It doesn't. It's not the rich people that give a fuck. They're in an electric car. So bad policy. I'm against it.
Mm-hmm.
But the notion that you'd have 10 posts about gas prices and you're not even interested in like a nuclear country at war with one that has expressed a desire to. It's there's something very, very dramatic happening, and I don't think people are.
But they might not be getting served that information. They just might not even know, like, oh, there's something happening, but I don't really know.
That's my kind of point is like we're so navel gazy that it doesn't make the algorithm. It doesn't make the.
That's why everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
This is the problem. He does create so much craziness that you don't know where to look and you get overwhelmed.
And that's what I'm always kind of raising. That's what I'm trying to raise a flag is like it's pageantry and it's performative and people are falling for it.
Yeah, but it's also not because he has people who like he just says he doesn't know. He's just saying stuff. He's just saying what the person next to him is telling him to say.
Well, I think he's really great at dropping little bombs that he knows the liberals will wind up the whole machine about. I think he's definitely in on that. He knows how he's playing.
Oh,
that.
no, for sure. But I'm saying he doesn't really care. Like, do I think he personally cares about immigrants in this country? No.
No, I think
he knows it riles people up.
He definitely recognizes, this is the point I keep making, and again, anyone's being deported. I'm not trying to minimize it. It's absolutely horrible. But it's all symbolic. It's not a net increase in our deportations.
Currently.
And he knows we can't deport all these people that work in all these industries. Like, he also understands the finances of it. He knows about farming. He knows about service and hotel.
Sort of. Then, so now he's in a weird position where he's trying to backtrack some, and it's confusing.
Well, he wants both. He wants to put on a play where his base says, yeah, he's going harder than anyone's going after America, which is just not true.
But Stephen Miller is not him. I guess he like has people in charge that have real conviction about the thing itself. Yeah. And that's what's scary, because I don't know.
Yeah, those underlings will have a longer attention span than him.
Exactly. Anywho, back to my mom real quick. I because I just spoke ill of her. I love her.
I love her. Nermi is the best.
She really is. And
she's a Southern woman. I love that about her.
Southern belle.
She is.
But listen, I've been thinking about her because we do so much revisionist history in our head about our families and especially our parents, I think.
Yeah.
And I had all of a sudden this like memory pop up. I don't know how it happened, but maybe because ER, AIDS, all of that. Yeah. I remember that my mom and I used to watch it a lot. Together, in her bed. And then I was like, oh yeah, we used to watch like HGTV, all the shows, and we used to watch all these things, and then I would make her scratch my arm, and she would just scratch my arm for so long.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I do have, which is so clear, it's unfair. I have this idea that there was like no affection. But there was.
Yeah.
And I think that's
intimacy.
Really not good that I forgot.
Yeah.
Like,
I've done the same to my father.
It's so bad. Oh, and when I was home last, I took some old pictures, and there's like this picture, and I framed it. It's of my mom and with her little baby, me, and she's like kissing me, and she's so affectionate. And
she loved her little Monica.
I know, she still does.
Yeah.
But it's just very like, you can't trust anything we think.
I know. And it's so unfair to everyone in our lives,
It's
basically.
so unfair.
I know. I've been trying to think of, as much time as I spend writing in my book, I spend time thinking of the foreword I have to write.
Yeah.
Because I need to say, like, these are 20 stories of literally 1 million.
Yeah.
And 999,000 of them were so fun and lovely and beautiful. And
I know.
But that's not what stories are made of. They're made of these 20 things I'm going to tell you. But it's, in general, it's so unfair to my mom and my dad.
I know.
Because I'm just taking out the interesting bits that happen to be kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
And the vast bulk of all of it was just unadulterated love.
Yeah. I know.
And I'm so lucky. Minimally, both of my parents were wild about me.
Yeah.
And some people can't say that.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting. I feel bad. I feel really guilty.
Good. Keep watching your show.
My sexy show.
Yeah, focus on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone has a bad mom in that show. 2 bad moms.
Sure, they're usually a target.
Exactly.
I know.
So unfair.
I know. No good deed.
God. All right.
Want to do some facts?
Yeah, let's do some facts. Right. Okay, so I looked up why malls are lit like that. A grievance.
Your grievance.
A grievance we all have.
A universal grievance. See, when you made it more specific, it made sense. It didn't make sense until you said the changing rooms.
Yeah, when you're trying on clothes.
When you say mall, I'm picturing the big corridor you're walking down, not the stores.
Well, it's basically this exact same lighting, and I don't understand that at all.
Maybe, how about this as reverse psychology?
Okay.
They want you to feel so ugly that you're like, I have to buy this thing to make myself feel better. And I need something to cover up how ugly I am.
Body.
My dysmorphia. Because what is the incentive to make everyone look bad?
I don't know.
Yeah. Everything's a science now, isn't it? Like, they must know you look bad.
Well, it might be part of why malls are shutting down all over the country. There aren't very many indoor malls left.
Well, I think that's online. That's.
But even the malls, I think, that live are outdoor. Although they still have indoor
Michigan.
dressing room. Okay. There's a common perception that some malls have poor or unflattering lighting. And there are several reasons why this might be the case. Strategic design choices. creating a specific atmosphere. Some retailers, especially those in high-end fashion or those aiming for a luxurious feel, deliberately use dim lighting. No, that's the whole point is that. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Encouraging impulse buys.
Oh.
Dim lighting can also subtly influence shoppers to prioritize pleasure over practicality, leading to more impulse purchases. I don't understand this because it's not
They're
dim,
saying it's low
bright.
light.
Yeah.
Because that makes you feel romantic / daring, throwing caution to the wind, tomorrow never comes vibes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't buy that.
Yeah, okay.
I can't remember being in a dark changing room.
No, never. Fitting rooms. Many shoppers report that fitting room lighting can be particularly unflattering, often due to poorly positioned or harsh overhead lighting that casts unflattering shadows. Okay, so we still don't know why.
You just read what you said. Now it's been substantiated.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, my leading theory is not the cause, but the effect is that malls are shutting down all over the country. And if they just fix this lighting, I wonder what would happen.
You got to wonder. It's definitely a cost-saving strategy.
The lighting?
Yeah. I mean, it's cheaper to have the shitty standard lights than...
Okay. She said OCD overlaps with hoarding. She said OCD overlaps with hoarding. It says, yes, they can overlap, but they are distinct conditions. It says hoarding can be a symptom of OCD and can exist as a separate disorder. If you guys missed the OCD episode, that was a really fantastic episode.
Absolutely.
And we recommend you go back in the archives.
Take a gander. Take a stroll.
Some have estimated that up to 1 in 4 with OCD also struggle with compulsive hoarding.
That's a high percentage.
I DM'd Olivia to ask her to send a picture of her uncles, greased up.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't respond. Okay.
Okay, so let the record reflect. I certainly want to see that picture.
I know.
Yeah.
The doc, Last Days, she said it was called Last Days of Saigon or Final Days of Saigon. It's called Last Days in Vietnam.
Okay.
If you want to check that out.
Okay.
Okay. She said Amanda Seyfried turned down a big role. And then she said, she doesn't regret it because it's where she was in her life. Now, I'm seeing an interview of her talking about how she turned down Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who did?
Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the role she's talking about.
Okay.
And spoiler, ding, ding, ding. That's all I can say.
Oh my goodness.
Easter egg. It's an Easter egg.
That's a good one because I didn't even know what you were talking about.
Do you now?
Now I do.
It's an Easter egg for an upcoming episode. But also, hold on, I'm going to play a little bit.
This is special outfit will be worn.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
How soon we forget.
I know. Anyway, it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Great.
Oh, the lifetime risk assessment test for breast cancer is it's on her Instagram in her bio, but it's also magview.com/BIS-risk-calculator. If you Google it, just go to the MagView one.
Okay. I don't have to take it.
I was going to do it. I don't know how long it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you should do it.
I mean, I'm going to do it for sure, but I was going to do it on here.
So I just heard someone else's story, and I just, what I don't like about these stories is you think it would be detected, but it doesn't get detected.
It's really scary.
Like it's a miracle how some of these people end up getting detected.
It does seem like this is fast because there's just a little questionnaire, then family history, and then you get your results.
Wow. It's crazy that they could know that much off of.
I know. I did look up young cancer on the rise.
What'd you find?
And of course it is. Why are a growing number of young people under 50 being diagnosed with over a dozen forms of cancer around the world? The trend is especially worrying in women, according to statistics released in January 2025 by the American Cancer Society, which found that cancer incident rates in women under 50 are now 82% higher than their male counterparts, up from 51% in 2002. They said there's no single smoking gun. Environmental exposure, or multiple exposures. Yeah. Oof. Microbiome.
Bad microbiome.
Okay, nipple delay surgery. The nipple delay surgery is a procedure performed before nipple-sparing mastectomy to improve the blood supply to the nipple areola complex, the NAC. It involves a small incision to separate the NAC from the breast tissue, cutting some of the connections to small blood vessels. This allows the vessels in the skin to enlarge and strengthen, ensuring a more robust blood supply to the nipple when the mastectomy is performed. She had that. Oh, Kylie Jenner. She mentioned Kylie Jenner because Kylie just came out and told everyone about her breast augmentation. She said she has 445 cc moderate profile half under the muscle silicone. Garth Fisher hope this helps. LOL.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
Yeah,
that's a very specific procedure.
Exactly. Beverly Hills.
That sounded like a coffee order in Beverly Hills.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jonathan Tropper is the writer of her show. Jonathan Tropper wrote "This Is Where I Leave You." You were in that movie.
I was in I think his first movie that got made. This Is Where I Leave You.
How to Talk to a Widower. Everything Changes. Oh, those are books. Sorry. But no.
But no. But still no.
Actually, maybe movie. He wrote for Banshee. Warrior. I don't know. Anyway, great movie, great book. I read the book before I even knew you.
Oh, really?
And before I saw the movie. Yep. All right.
Them's the facts?
That is it.
All right. Love you.
Love you.